Hey, this is Rene. Welcome back to another video on this channel. And today I will work on the trading panel again. I made two videos already on this series, so if you haven't watched them, you should go back and watch it, because otherwise you will not be able to follow along with this video. So what we did already is we created this beautiful trading panel here. We have different buttons. We have a edit, but we cannot move anything. We cannot really interact with the trading panel. And this is what we will do in this video. So let's jump right back to the source code, and we will find the source code here. And adding the functionality is actually like the easiest part. So we had one or two tutorials on this channel already where I talked about interaction with objects, and for interacting with chart objects, we always need the on-chart event handler. And this is why we will add this on-chart event handler here at the very bottom of the program, right below the onTick function. And if we move our cursor inside of this name and press F1 on the keyboard, we will find it in the reference, and then we can just copy all of these lines here, or all of these parameters. It's the easiest way, or you can just copy the whole signature and paste it into your code. Just make sure to remove this closing round bracket here, because this is a mistake in the reference. So your on-chart event function should look like this. Then we just need to add the body, just add these curly brackets here. And then all we have to do is we have to say app.onEvent. And then we provide the ID, the L parameter, the D parameter, and the S parameter. And this is already it. This is like the most important thing you have to do to add like the functionality or to be able to interact with your program. Because if I compile now, which I just did, we still have the same program. But you can see if I drag and drop it around, it is not really smooth. Oh, I just realized I used the wrong function. It's not on event, but it's chart event that we want to use. So if I compile now, if we go back here, you can see if I drag it around, it now works like smoothly. Everything works really fast. I can click the buttons here. I can remove it by clicking on the X. Can activate it again. But still, of course, the custom buttons that we created here, they do not really work. This is because we didn't add functionality for this. So what we have to do is we have to add functionality to our custom buttons. So let's go back to the on-chart event. And this is also like really easy. Like the easiest way to add functionality to these buttons is to just check if one of these buttons was pressed. So we can check the S parameter and we can compare it to the button 1 name, because the S parameter always holds the name of the object that was clicked or that was interacted with. And now we can say if, or we can also check if the ID is chart event object click. So if a object was clicked, in this case, we will check if it was the button, the first button, then we will buy. And to buy or to operate or to do any trading action, we will have to include the trade.mqh file. So now we can, let's create a ctrade object, variable here trade, and then we can use this to just buy. The volume can be taken from the edit, I think. So we can just say double lots is equal to edit 1 value, which will give us the value of the edit. And then we can use the lots here. We will just use the custom chart, the current chart symbol and everything. And we won't change a lot here. This is not about like opening and closing positions. This tutorial is about how to build a graphical panel and interact with it. Here we can pretty much just copy everything. And here we want to sell. And then the last button is the close button, where we just want to close all the positions. So we just say position close for the current symbol. So this code is not perfect, of course, for opening and closing positions. You can modify it, do whatever you want, but in this tutorial I just want to show how it works like in general, and then you can take this code and do whatever you want. So let's have a look at the program again, and you can see if I click on buy now, it will open a buy position with 1 lot. If I increase the lot size and click sell, it will, or it should sell 5 lots. Yeah, it is. So yeah, you can see program is working kind of fine. And if I click on close, it should close all the positions. It's only closing 1 position. Okay, so that's how the position close function works here. Yeah, I think it just closes the first position it finds. So let's fix this real quick, and positions total -1, I greater than 1, minus, and we will just close all the positions that we have here. Oolong, position ticket, position get ticket at I, and then we just want to close it. Trade, position, close, position ticket. And again, these I showed these loops several times in other tutorials, so just check out the other videos and you will learn how this works. Also, you can always check out the link below this video if you want a complete tutorial or a complete course on MT5 programming. So you can see this is working now just fine. Maybe we should change the height a bit, so the panel height is just too much here. Maybe if we pick 200, or it's still too much, maybe we can go with 150. And yeah, you can see, you can change the appearance of everything now like really quickly, and it's super easy. So I could also say like the height of these buttons should be the double amount, and then we can just change some of these things here, and you can see now the buy and sell buttons are bigger. So yeah, you can see this is like really easy. I think I kind of messed up the edit now. Yeah, you can see it's a lot of like moving pixels around and everything, but let's multiply it with 6. But yeah, it's not really complicated. Like building these trading panels, it's not really complicated. It's more like you have to do some work and move some pixels around, but it's not like a complex program. And yeah, so you can add whatever you want here. Add more buttons, add more functionality. You can maybe add trailing stops and everything with checkboxes to activate and deactivate them. This is your time to shine now. Just take this concept, play around with it, and actually it's really easy. Just if you want to have more controls, just include the control file from here, like the file that holds the class that you want to use, and then you can just like create a object variable for this specific object. You define the look of it, and then you add it to the app dialog. And then in the end, if you want to have some functionality or interact with this object that you just created, you can always like do it here in the on chart event function. So there's one thing left that I want to do, and you could also move like this control panel or this C app dialog to another file, and this would maybe help you to make a more complex program look more structured. So what you can do here is you could create a new header file, for example, and we will do this really quickly, like include, select include.mqh, you can click on next, and you can say trading panel, yeah, just like this. And this will create a new trading panel.mqh file in the include folder. So we should find it here, there it is. And then you can just go ahead and move like most of the code to the to the trading panel.mqh file. So what I want to do is, let me just copy all of this here for a second, and then we will just modify it. So here what we want to do is we want to have we want to create our own class C trading panel. Oh wait, class C trading panel, which inherits from C app dialog like this, and then we move these variables here. I think we can even make them private, but we will check this later on. And then we will just create some functions, like we need the void on init function, or maybe, yeah, we can just make it void on init event, and then we replace the code from the on init event here. And you will see we will have to change one or two things now, because we are inside of this inside of this class, which inherits from C app dialog. We don't really need this app variable anymore. And every time when we use this app, we can just remove it, because we have access to all the member functions of the C app dialog now directly. And we don't have to use this object variable. So like this, and then we can remove the on init here. We should also create the on dinit event function here. So another one on dinit event. I mean, we could create this, we could get the reason here. Yeah, maybe this makes sense. Let's get the reason here. And then we'll just call the destroy function here like we did before. We could have the on tick function, on tick event here. But yeah, I think we don't really need it for now. And now we need the on chart event. Wait, it's just chart event. Yeah, let's just call it chart event here. And then we move the code of the on chart event here. Oh, also we need the parameters like this. And then maybe move it here so it looks nice and clean. And then we just paste the code here. Like this. Also, we want to call the chart event function of the C app dialog. You can do it like this. You have to say that you want to use the C app dialog function and then the chart event function of this class. And I think now all the errors are gone. And I don't know if I messed up something, but now we can just modify. Oh, and we should move the definitions here. Oh, I have them already here. So now we can delete everything here in our main program and just include this trading panel.mqh file, which is the file that we just created. And then now it's really easy, because we just create this C trading panel object variable, which is, yeah, object variable that is of this class here. And we can say app. And now in the on init function, or in the event handling functions, we just call the on init event. We call the functions of the C trading panel class. So app on dinit event with the reason. Then we have the app on tick event, which doesn't really do anything, but just to I still added it here. And then we have the chart event function, and we provide the ID, the L parameter, the D parameter, and the S parameter. And if I didn't make any mistake, we can just compile this program now. There are no errors, and we will see, or we should see, that the program still works exactly the same. So you can see we can move it around, we can open positions, we can close positions, we can change the lot size and everything. So yeah. And also, like, what I did as a last step here by creating this trading panel.mqh file, it doesn't really change the program at all. I mean, the functionality is still the same, but you can see our main file, like the .mq5 file, which is like the main file for every MetaTrader 5 program. It looks way cleaner now. and we have all the code that belongs to the trading panel part of the code. We have it in a separate file here, and yeah, this is kind of cool, I think, and I could add more code here now, and it would still look nice and clean. And you can decide on your own like where you want to put the code, and if you want to move it to a separate file or maybe just parts of it. I mean, you could also say that you want to do the event handling in the main file and only have the look or or just create the objects in the separate file. It's completely up to you. So yeah, make sure to play around with this concept. I hope that I was able to explain one or two things. And if you still have questions or if you want to learn more about this, yeah, feel free to check out the link in the video description where you can find the complete MetaTrader 5 masterclass course where I explain all of these concepts in more detail. So you will be able to understand everything about object-oriented programming and a lot more stuff when it comes to MT5 programming. So in the end, thanks for watching, have a great time and good trades. See you in the next video. Bye bye.